it's just what we do by nature in order to get our male thing down. So we listen to a male conversation. It's so-and-so don't know nothing, and I don't even listen to him. If he having a conversation, he don't even try to go get in the conversation. It's like, you know. But if he sees somebody talking that they think they know something, they're going to slide in, get in the conversation. Why? I might be able to draw some information from here so that when I go to my circle, I'm the speaker, they're the audience. And in male communication, one male is trying to make you going to be the audience. No, you going to be the audience. You know what I'm saying? What is it? No, you listen to me. No, you listen to me. They're not saying those words, but their communication behavior is saying, you're going to be the audience, I'm going to be the speaker. Because in their consciousness of status, they think that if I'm listening to you, then I must be lower than you. You see how? That's an immaturity. And that's why so often men don't listen to each other. Because if they don't feel like the conversation is going to contribute something to them to put them in a higher status in their next conversation or make them stronger in the next conversation, which is actually a competition among males, then why am I spending time listening to you? Right? That's right. But women, they don't communicate for information. They communicate for intimacy. They communicate for affiliation. They communicate for a sense of connection. So all you got to do, my brother, is when you get in this conversation with your wife or your intended or whoever it is, the female, significant female, and yes, listen. One thing that you have to do, what men don't do, you have to switch language games. When men talk to men, we don't spend a long time looking in each other's eyes. Yeah. You look away. You know, because if you look at my eyes too long, I mean, what is it? Is this love or animosity? You know, which one is it, right? Because if we ain't sure, then now we got a lot of noise in this communication. Right? What's up? You know, so you have to be concerned about that. But with the female communication, that's the deal. And that's also where Allah says, lower your gaze. You're not married? Lower your gaze. Because the eye is the window to the soul. And a lot of fitness start from the extra long gazes. Okay, you look too long, but then you still looking though, ain't you? So everybody's still looking, right? So, I mean, you just about at the level of foreplay, by the time no, look away, look down. But if it's your wife, you are duly coupled, hey, look deep and look long. That's a part of intimacy. And when you have a conversation, don't look for information. Don't expect any information. Doesn't mean that she's not smart or she's intelligent or has anything of value to say. But that's not the point. Her communication and the one we're talking about, her communication ain't about information. Yeah, I got information, but we ain't having this conversation about information. I'm not here to educate you. I'm here to have a sense of community with you. And so you listen, and as you listen, then you're weaving the relationship. Intimacy breaks down to into me you see. The more you see into me, then the more intimacy we have. But if we don't have this kind of eye contact, that's it. And brothers, also, when males communicate with each other, we don't check in. How do you check in? Real simple, real cheap, real inexpensive. Okay? And it is, that's all you gotta say. She's talking. And you're listening. Is that right? You'd be surprised. You walk away from that conversation, you have been raised up 3 feet in her eyes. Just because you sat there eye to eye. And go further, touch her. Now that's connection. Put your hand, this is your wife now. Put your hand on her leg. Put your hand on her hand. Flesh to flesh is better. Put your hand on her shoulder. She's talking. You're listening. Eyes. Shoot. It's happening right there. It's happening right there. And what did you do? You were just there. That's all. Right? You do that, but you can't do that with men for so many reasons, right? But as a contact as it relates to men listen to men. Remember, the nature of his conversation is conflict, communication, competition, right? So he's listening. He might listen to the whole conversation and not say anything. Just because in a male communication, if you say it means I agree with you. In a female communication, all it means is I'm still here. That's all it means. So you can get in a conversation with your woman, especially arguing, and she said, and you say, so we agree there. I'm just telling you, I hear you. I'm listening, right? So when you understand that about the nature of communication, then you won't misinterpret what's actually being said, and you won't fail to do what you need to do to accomplish the end of creating this intimacy. So it's very important. And then the other thing is relatedness. So a sense of relatedness and relationship. That's what communication is for. So what is her underlying message? Her underlying message is this conversation bringing us closer together or taking us further apart? Brothers, men, understand this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so marvelous. Allah has structured us in such a way that we naturally do what makes the whole mechanics of it work. Example in this communication is this. Women give instructions and directions by hints and suggestions. Women give instructions and directions by hints and suggestions. I'm going to say it a third time. Women give instructions and directions by hints and suggestions. We need to learn the language game of the other. And remember, game, anything that's ruled by, anything that's governed by rules. It's not a plaything. This is serious. And it's our failure to understand this is what leads to so many failed relationships. We don't know how to communicate with each other. We think because we speak the same language that we're talking the same language. We're not talking the same language. So when she says, do you feel like going with me to the store? All right? If she says, do you feel like going to me to the store? Translation, we going to the store and you going with me if you with me. Now, if you, being a male, dealing with the facts, and the last 4 minutes of the finals of the playoff game, no, you go ahead, you handle that, baby. Get back. Just messed up. Just messed up. God. You'll never go to the store with me. Okay, no 4 minutes is gone. That game is over. Forget about it. Because by the time you try to fix that, the buzzer has gone and they're hoisting the trophy and you got a mad woman on your head. They said, okay, yeah, baby, come on. You ain't watched the game. No, it's too late now. And that ain't going to be good for hours.